a little bump and run down here the boundary.
Fairweather in motion. Thorne in traffic. Thorne's going to run it. First down, 45-50. 45-40, first down, Payton Thorne.
Great job by Thorne. Seeing immediately the hole just open up like that. We got a gain of 23 yards.
Auburn back to the line from the 40. First down carry. Jarquez Hunter, 5 yards to the 35. Clock rolling. Minute 26. Minute 25.
I'm still thinking touchdown. I'm not setting the ball up for a field goal. I'm trying to go score a touchdown.
2nd and 5 for Auburn. And timeout with a minute 18, or the clock is stopped with a minute 18. They're going to add 3 seconds to the clock, a minute 21. 3rd or 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Make it the 36. Clock starts. Thorne looks, double pump, throws it. Oh, he had Fairweather wide open at the 30 and overthrew him. Fairweather can catch it and get out of bounds, and it's a first down.
Oh, man, if he catch that's an easy first down, out of bounds, still got plenty of time to keep working the ball down the field and get in touchdown range.
3rd and 5 for Auburn at the A&M 35-yard line. The Aggies lead 31-28 from the left hash mark. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. Coleman, short side of the field. Play clock down to 3. There's the snap to Thorne. They rush 5. He throws out. Jarquez Hunter's got it. Jarquez, first down at the 30. Stops the clock with a minute 9 to go.
Good job of Thorne getting that ball out. Saw pressure, getting the ball to Jarquez out in open space. Jarquez able to get the first down, and most importantly, get out of bounds.
First down for Auburn at the A&M 29. 1:09 to go. Tigers trail by 3.
See if Auburn may try a double move with Cam.
Auburn puts 3 to wide left. First down from the 29-yard line. Handoff, Jarquez Hunter. Jarquez inside the 20. Another Auburn first down. Clock stops to move the chains. 1:03 to go. Hunter.
Now you're not in a rush because now you want to work some of that clock as well while you're trying to get into the end zone.
Under a minute to go. First down from the 18, Auburn in the Chick-fil-A red zone. Again, Jarquez Hunter. Jarquez Hunter at the 10. Jarquez Hunter bounced to the outside, thrown out of bounds at the 8. First down.
There you go.
Clock stopped with 50 seconds to go. Ooh, Jarquez, I thought he was going to bust that one. Touchdown saving tackle by Scooby Williams.
I like the play call, though. You're working the clock. You've also been hitting that play well. Getting Jarquez an opportunity to get in one-on-one out of open space to pick up that first down.
First and goal from the 7 for Auburn. This will be the 12th play of this drive.
Now, Auburn can work a little clock while you try to score and make A&M with 2 timeouts.
And A&M has called a timeout, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Yes. A&M called a timeout, stopping or...
Yeah, they got an injury timeout they had to call.
50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Auburn trails 31-28. First and goal from the 7 for Auburn. Auburn's gone 11 plays, 78 yards, and a minute 43. Down to the sideline quickly, Ronnie Brown, Cook's Pest Control sideline report.
All right, guys, I can't get a really good look on it, but I wasn't sure if Texas A&M called that timeout or was it preventative, because it looked like the tackler, Scooby Williams, on tackling Jarquez Hunter, it looked like he may have come up a little injured. I don't know, I can't see, but that may be the case.
All right, and the scoreboard corroborates what Ronnie is saying. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. First and goal for Auburn from the 7. 50 seconds to go in the home season for Auburn. Tigers driving into the north end zone at Jordan-Hare Stadium from the right hash mark.
The Auburn, you got everything at your disposal here. You're not really worried about the clock so much right now in this situation.
Damari Alston is the tailback, flanking Thorne to his left. Payton brings a man in motion, Robert Lewis, and Auburn jumped offside.
Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
First and goal from the 12.
Oh, guys.
This is coming out of an injury timeout. All right, Robert Lewis, KeAndre Lambert-Smith to the short side of the field. Cam Coleman in the slot to the left. Lewis comes in motion. Snap to Thorne. Payton looks, he throws to Amari Daniels, and he goes down at the 8. He just lost his balance. Clock is rolling. 40 seconds to go. Auburn back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Put the ball down, please.
Might have Cam on a fade back shoulder.
Thorne hands off to Amari Alston. And Alston is taken down at the 6. Clock rolling. 22 seconds. 20 seconds. Auburn from the 6-yard line.
Got a back shoulder fade down.
Third and goal from the 6. Thorne. And timeout called. Stopping the clock with 16 seconds.
That might have helped Auburn.
A&M called the timeout. 16 seconds on the clock. Third and goal for Auburn at the 6. A&M 31, Auburn 28. Jason, what are you looking for?
The play before, I was hoping with the back shoulder fade because they gave us straight man coverage outside. You got a 6'5" receiver in Cam Coleman versus a shorter DB. You know, you give an opportunity to go up and high point that ball. I would have liked that instead of the handoff to Damari in that situation. But now it'll be interesting to see what does A&M do from a coverage standpoint. Do they put the corner up and the safety back so now you can't throw that back shoulder fade? So now if you're Auburn, you already got to think something got to go in the end zone because if you get tackled outside the end zone, you don't have enough time to try to get up there and get your field goal unit out there. We ran into this situation against Kentucky before the half.
At the end of the half, Tate Johnson has checked in for Auburn as a blocking back or as a blocking tight end.
The ball has to go in the end zone.
Third and goal from the 6. Double wide receivers right for the Tigers. Thorne from the left hash mark. Out of the shotgun. Jarquez back in at tailback.
Oh, my goodness. Again.
False start. Offense number 42. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That was Tate Johnson, who had just come into the ballgame. He and Luke Deal come out. Robert Lewis, Rivaldo Fairweather is in, or are in. And now third and goal from the 11 for Auburn.
Every now and then, sometimes a little bit of space helps you.
Cam Coleman to short side of the field. Auburn with 2 receivers in the slot to the right. Make that 3 in the slot to the right. From the left hash mark. A&M rushes 4. Thorne flushed out of the pocket. Looking to the sideline and just throws it away. And it's now going to come down to 4th and goal, and Auburn will come out with the field goal unit.
Yeah, Auburn's fortunate there not to get a holding call because that would have been a 10-second runoff, and I'm not sure if we'd have been able to chance to get a field goal off because you'd have to rush them out there with 3 seconds on the clock.
So Ian Vachon, who had never kicked for Auburn until last week, is out for a 29-yard field goal from the left hash mark to tie it and possibly send this game to overtime. Hughes snaps it. Chapman holds it. Snap down. Kick on the way by Vachon. It is good!
Great job by the holder there, Andy. I don't know if you saw the snap. The snap was real low, and the holder was able to get that ball set enough for him to be able to kick that field goal to send this game into overtime.
5 seconds on the clock. Vachon's field goal. Split the uprights. And this game is tied at 31. What a drive. Sun South, John Deere scoring drive for Auburn. 74 yards, 15 plays, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. All Auburn had was the 2-minute timeout to work with. Ian Vachon's 29-yard field goal has tied the game at 31 with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, those 2 false starts down there hurt us our chances of getting in the end zone. But we'll take the 3 and take this thing into overtime, hopefully. Expect Auburn to maybe just kick it down like you've been doing to the back of the end zone. Sometimes teams like the squib kick just take time off the clock.
Towns Magoo will kick it away. Are we going to get overtime in the final home game of the season? Or the second time in the last, 5 years? In the final home game?
Hey, these seniors want a little bit more time, Andy. If I wouldn't worry about squib kicking this. I would just kick it to the back of the end zone.
Magoo will kick this one away. And he puts a foot into it. It's a low line drive kick. Fielded by Bussey to the 10, to the 20, to the outside, to the 30, to the 40, and run out of bounds just beyond midfield, and we will get overtime.
That's why I like to kick that thing to the back of the end zone, Andy, because right there he could have almost got a late hit out of bounds, which would have gave 15 more yards, and A&M would have been able to attempt the field goal.
Auburn is 9-9 in overtime games. At home, Auburn is 7-4. Its last win, 2022 against Missouri. And we're going to get overtime for the first time. As we check in with Brad Law, a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Penalties on the night. Auburn overcame 3 penalties on that drive alone to get that 29-yard field goal by Ian Vachon. Well, when's the last time he had a field goal of that kind of pressure, huh?
Andy, I tell you what, we were fortunate enough not to get a holding call.
Agreed.
On Dylan Wade.
Agreed.
Because that would have pushed it back 10 more yards and a 10-second runoff, which would mean your field goal team would have had to rush out there and not have a chance to really get set and try to kick a field goal in a fire drill.
Auburn 8 penalties for 47 yards. A&M 5 penalties, 21 yards. And this is going to overtime tied at 31.
And, overtime rules a lot different than the days we played. So field goal could come up big in these overtimes.
Yeah.
So
both teams will get the ball in the first overtime period. Well, both teams, if it goes to multiple overtimes, will get the ball. And our Ronnie Brown is walking out to midfield along with the Auburn captains. And we'll get the explanation from Jason Autry on the overtime rules and who gets the ball first. Luke Deal and Jarquez Hunter for the Tigers are out there.
At this point, we're going to go into extra periods. We'll do a coin toss, and we'll have a choice for offense, defense, and which end of the field, and we'll play until we have a winner. Texas A&M, you're going to call it again. This is heads. Auburn, this is heads. This is tail. Call before I flip it. Heads. He's called heads. It is tails. You've won the toss. You're going.
All right, there it goes, fellas. To start this overtime period, Auburn has won the toss and elected to play defense. Texas A&M will get the ball first. What are you thinking, Jason, if you're on the offensive side, if you're Auburn? Do you take a chance and say, okay, we get a chance to relax, see what we need, or is the pressure on you going out in offense first?
Well, I think the thing is, if you go ahead and allow your defense to go out first, you know exactly what you have to do now when you get the ball offensive. You know if you got to get a touchdown or you just need a field goal. So it does affect your play calling from a standpoint in this situation. So see if our defense can get out here. If you get a turnover, that's even better because now you know all you would need is a field goal to end the game.
A&M smart to go to the north end zone rather than the students.
Yeah, they chose away from the student section. I wish we had NFL overtime rules where if the team gets the ball, they score a touchdown all the way down the field and game over. But if you end up having to get a field goal, the opposing team still gets the opportunity to possess the football.
First down for A&M at the Auburn 25, as it turns out, from the right hash mark. Reed hands the ball to Daniels. Daniels for a yard, and that's about all. Ball is out, but I think Daniels fell on top of it. Auburn stripped it out of there, but Daniels fell on it before Falk could get to it.
Good job of Eugene Asante, I think, was ripping at that ball. Actually got it out of there.
Oh, my. But Daniels just dropped right on it. 2nd and 9 from the 24 for A&M. From the right hash again. Reed with Daniels to his right, double wide receivers right, a single receiver left. That's Noah Thomas. Reed hands the ball again to Daniels. Daniels puts the head down and is going to be 2 yards shy of the first down. Clock is no longer a factor, friends, other than the play clock itself.
A&M running that ball behind their big 265 and 6'7", 330 pounds apiece. Open up that hole on their right side. It's third down. See what Auburn brings. Do you bring pressure? Do you spy on Reed?
Double wide receivers left, the wide side of the field for A&M. A double tight end set for the Aggies. Bussey wide right. Reed drops the throw. He does throw. Pass complete to the 15, inside the 15, and a first down to Jahdae Walker. First down of 4 yards for the Aggies. Reed threw a bit of a flutter ball, but right to Walker. Jaron Thompson rode him out of bounds. First down for A&M from the Auburn 14.
Jaron Thompson getting a little bit too much cushion on that play. He's playing 7 yards off and it's only 3rd and 3. Just basically give him a first down throw.
Now from the left hash mark. First down from the Auburn 14-yard line. Reed brings a man in motion behind the set. That's Barber. Handoff goes to Daniels. And Daniels is taken down by Dorian Mausi after a 3-yard gain. Second and 8 for the Auburn 12 for A&M. Auburn and A&M in overtime tied at 31.
It's been a lot of joy in the whole second half between these two teams. Landing on the line here in this second half.
Second and 8 from the 12. Reed walks to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 11. Now back in the shotgun. From the left hash mark. Reed drops to throw. With time, throws it. Pass is complete. Walker at the 5. Walker to the end zone. Touchdown.
Hit us on those drag routes. Walker coming across the field on a drag route. Unaccounted for. Trying to see if our defensive back kind of got caught up in the wash. Yeah, that's Jay Crawford's guy. Kind of got picked, kind of caught up in the wash. Had to go over top.
And he is holding his right arm right now above the elbow. Bond out for the extra point. For Auburn to keep this one alive, the Tigers going to have to score a touchdown. Snap down, ball on the way from Bond. It's good. He has not missed this season. And A&M strikes on its first drive of overtime. Aggies lead at 38-31. Now Auburn from the 25. On the first play, Auburn stripped a fumble. But the tailback, Daniels, was able to fall on the loose ball just ahead of Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, the play that hurt was a third down play, right? You got 3rd and 3, and we're in man coverage. Jaron Thompson is giving him a little bit too much cushion. He's playing 7 to 8 yards off a guy in the slot, and we're in man coverage. That's just too easy. All the thing the quarterback has to do is raise up and just throw the quick out to the slot slot receiver. You got to move up in those situations and challenge the guy to make an accurate throw.
Auburn's last overtime game, the Iron Bowl, lost to Alabama in 2021. A&M's last overtime, that 74-72 win against LSU in 2018. First down for Auburn at the 25. From the left hash mark, Jarquez Hunter in the pistol. Play action. Thorne throws it to Malcolm Simmons. Simmons inside the 20 and spins down to the 17, maybe the 18-yard line.
I like the play call. You get the ball right at one of your fast guys' hands in the screen play to the boundary. Give him an opportunity to scoop up the sideline, making this a 2nd and 2.
At the 17. Second down and 2 for Auburn. We're in overtime. A&M scored a touchdown on its first drive. Auburn 2nd and 2 from the A&M 17. Hunter flanks Thorne to his right. Ball from the left hash mark. Double wide receivers wide side of the field for the Tigers. Snap to Thorne. Hands it. Jarquez Hunter. Jarquez Hunter. First down and more. Jarquez Hunter down to the 11. Back-to-back 100-yard rushing games for Jarquez Hunter. Fourth of the year for Jarquez Hunter. His fourth 100-yard rushing night. He's 128 yards on 26 carries.
Yeah, Jarquez well over 1,100 yards rushing on the season.
First down for Auburn from the 10, or from the 11. Trips wide side of the field for the Tigers. Thorne turns, play action, throws it back to the end zone. Man, the guy was held. There's a flag. Thomas holding Cam Coleman at the goal line.
That's the same play Auburn beat early in the ball game.
We wait for the call from Jason Autry. Javon Thomas defending.
Pass interference, defense number 3. The foul occurred in the end zone. Therefore, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line with an automatic first down.
Marcus Ratliff was called for the interference.
Yeah, really good play call there. You know, you get a chance to get Coleman early in the ball game, scored on that same play out from about the 11, 15-yard line.
I think they got the wrong guy in interference, but it is. First down for Auburn, first and goal from the 2.
Nothing fancy here, just hand the ball off to 2-7 inside.
To the left of Thorne, ball at the left hash mark. They send Deal in motion out of the backfield. Hand the ball, Jarquez Hunter. And Hunter at the 2. Jarquez forward. Jarquez taken down at about the 1.5. They kept trying to rip the ball out of his hand. Jarquez stayed on his feet, maybe got a half yard on the play. Tate Johnson into the game as an extra blocking back for the Tigers. Second and goal for Auburn. We'll call it again from the 2-yard line.
Man, I like that same play, but also Sneak Fairweather, who's not in the game here. They may come back to it if they get stopped here.
Coleman wide left. KLS in the slot to the right. Pitch. Jarquez. Jarquez. Touchdown Auburn. Touchdown Jarquez Hunter. Going right and into the end zone.
Great play call right there by the offensive staff. Get Jarquez out on the edge, get Payton Thorne away from the inside pressure, pitching the ball off the outside defender, walking in the end zone. Great block by Luke Deal and KLS as well.
Third touchdown of the night for Jarquez Hunter. And now Vachon on for the extra point to tie it. Make it a good snap. Reed Hughes and a good hold by Oscar Chapman here. And Vachon for the extra point. Low, but the snap is on the way. The kick is on the way, and we're tied. 38 going to second overtime. It was a low snap. Nice job by Oscar Chapman to pull it up.
Yeah, Oscar done a nice job on the last 2 with those low snaps, able to get the ball down, especially the one that sent this game into overtime. Did a really good job of having strong hands to get that ball and set it in place.
Well, the interference penalty turned out to be a big play. Probably saved the touchdown, but Auburn gets it 2 plays later as Jarquez Hunter now on the night. 28 carries, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Payton Thorne, 19 of 29, 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marcel Reed, 21 of 34, 283 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night.
And now the important thing, and is the ball now is down here close to our student section. So it's important that Auburn scores to then make it really, really loud for the A&M offense.
Auburn goes first offensively now. We're tied at 38 heading to the second overtime.
What a ball game.
Yes. Final home game of the season for the Tigers. Auburn and Alabama next Saturday at 2:30. Our coverage from Bryant Denny begins at 11:30. Next up on the Auburn Sports Network from Maui, Auburn and Iowa State Monday night at 8. Preceding or following Tiger Talk at 6 from Baumhauer's Victory Grill. All right, first down for Auburn, coming to the south end zone now from the right hash mark at the A&M 25-yard line. Going in. Hunter flanks Thorne to his right from the right hash mark. Play clock at 14. Thorne looks to the sideline. And Hunter now flanks him to the left. Fairweather comes in motion. Thorne drops to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Thorne going to run it to the 25. Bounces to the 15. He was nailed by Scooby Williams. But that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, Payton Thorne showing his toughness there. Scooby Williams, a big dude, hitting him. He was trying to tell Fairweather to turn and block the guy, so Fairweather tried to butt block the guy. But that was a great play by Thorne.
First down for Auburn at the 15. From the right hash. Thorne with Jarquez to his right. Play action. Throws it to the sideline, to the end zone. KeAndre Lambert-Smith a little bit short on his route as the ball just falls into the end zone.
Yeah, you're throwing those fade balls. You got to give him a chance to stay in bounds, especially when it's one-on-one and there's no safety involved to affect the play to give your receiver the opportunity to catch that.
Auburn fans wanted at least a hold there and didn't get it.
Yeah, you got to throw that ball to the back pylon a little bit. Let KLS go get it.
All right, second down from the 15. 2nd and 10. Lewis comes in motion, sets up in the slot to the left. Thorne with 6. Down to 4. There's the snap. Payton looks to his left. Now back across the middle, complete. KeAndre Lambert-Smith. He's to the 5. Flag down. KeAndre Lambert-Smith down to the 1. Are we going to get an offensive interference against Auburn?
Call offensive interference?
Sure did.
Pass interference, offense number 13. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
They get Rivaldo Fairweather apparently on a pick play, I guess.
That is a terrible call. I just watched the replay. Rivaldo didn't even pick the guy.
And it moves Auburn back to the 30-yard line.
He
just inside the 30.
Ran at the guy and went around the guy, and they called pick interference. That was a terrible, terrible call on that play.
Ooh, you're not kidding. That's really a bad call. We see the replay.
Terrible, terrible call.
And boy, Hugh Freeze giving it to the side judge right now, and I can't blame him. All right, 2nd and 25 now from the 30 for Auburn. Thorne to throw. They rush 4. Payton looks, he throws. The ball was batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Good thing it was batted down. That was going to be a pick. That's just a bad call. I wish those calls could be reviewed in overtime, because that's the difference between setting the team up for a touchdown or having to attempt a long field goal in that situation. That was just, it got to be obvious, Andy, in overtime for those calls to be called. The guy from the far side called it.
3rd and 25 now for Auburn from the 30. From the right hash mark. Double wide receivers wide left. Thorne drops to throw. Steps up. He's in traffic. Thorne gets out of trouble. Thorne 25 and out of bounds at the 22. Run out of bounds by Trey Jones.
He did a good job of making it a closer field goal, but I'm just so disappointed and disgusted on that call of picking, and it was not a pick play, not even close.
Yeah, instead of Auburn 1st and goal inside the 5, now Auburn trying a 41-yard, make that 41.5-yard field goal right here. From the right hash mark for Ian Vachon. Snap down, kick on the way by Vachon. It is good.
Great kick, man.
Sure was. No question about that one off the foot of Vachon. But A&M can win it now with a touchdown. Auburn can win it with a stop or a turnover or a missed field goal.
Hey, I'm just upset that this guy called a pick because the people on A&M sideline hollering out pick.
Yeah, and Hugh Freeze still in the official's ear. Down to the field, Ronnie Brown. Cook's Pest Control sideline report.
All right, guys, after ill-advised penalty on the Auburn offense, really wasn't warranted. Their defense will take the field. Hopefully they can get a turnover, but more importantly, not giving up a big play. If they can do that, they end this game with a win.
41-38 Auburn. We're in the second overtime. A 41-yard field goal by Ian Vachon has given Auburn the 3-point lead.
Yeah, you're going to make calls in this time of the ball game. You got to make it obvious where it's a clean penalty. That's just disappointing. Hopefully Auburn defense can get out here this time and force a turnover, try to slow down this A&M offense, force them to have to kick a field goal themselves, and then we get into a 2-point conversion ball game.
First down for A&M, moving into the south end zone, the students. from the 25-yard line. Students are making some noise from the left hash mark. Daniels flanks Reed to his right. Reed walks to the line of scrimmage, now back, sends Daniels flanking him to the left. Handoff goes to Daniels, bounces to the outside, inside the 20. Flag is called. Yep, holding against Texas A&M.
Holding, offense number 82. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
They got the tight end, Shane Calhoun, transferred in from East Carolina.
Yeah, see if Auburn can create another negative play here in this situation. Crowd got to get loud.
All right, 1st and 20 now for the 35 for Texas A&M. That's a big penalty on 1st down. Trips, wide side of the field for A&M, single receiver to the short side, the A&M bounder. Reed to throw, does throw, pass complete.
Too much cushion.
And that is number 3, Noah Thomas, who gets down to the 21-yard line. Working on Kayan Lee, who gets up a little bit gingerly.
Yeah, they was able to pick up more than half of that back. You got to move up a little bit as these corners and challenge these guys. Not give them so much free access.
2nd and 6 from the 21 for Texas A&M. Auburn 41, A&M 38. Touchdown wins it for the Aggies. Play clock at 9. Reed settles back into the shotgun. Hands the ball to Daniels. Daniels hit at the line. He goes down. A host of Tigers there, including number 12, Dorian Mausi.
A really good job by Sylvester Smith as well. Coach Durkins disguised it, brought the blitz from the field. So if they try to run anything to the field, he's the one that kind of turned that run back into the teeth of the defense. It's 3rd down here in Jordan-Hare.
3rd and 6 into the Auburn students for A&M from the 21-yard line. Can Auburn get some pressure on Marcel Reed right here? Auburn puts 5 on the line of scrimmage. That's Dorian Mausi right in the middle of that defensive line. Reed is going to run it. Yeah. Reed loses yards. Back to the 25. McLeod was there for Auburn. Bleedy was there for Auburn.
Great job by the Auburn defense of playing that. They're going to run a little pitch option between Reed and the running back. Defended really well by Bleedy, Eugene Asante as well, and Jalen McLeod. See if somebody can get up and get this field goal or tip it or force an errant kick.
41-yard field goal. Bond 6 of 8 from this distance this year. Just inside the left hash mark. And Auburn calls a timeout. Remember, you get timeouts in overtime. Auburn trying to ice Randy Bond, the grad student from Plano, Texas. 13th in the country coming into this ball game.
Remember, Auburn cannot call back-to-back timeouts, though.
Correct. That's a brand new rule. Auburn 41, Texas A&M 38, pending this 41-yard field goal attempt from Randy Bond.
Come on, guys.
Tyler White will hold it. Like Auburn, A&M uses their punter to hold. Roaring at Jordan-Hare. Trying to rattle Randy Bond. A 41-yard field goal to tie it. Just inside the hash mark. Kick is on the way by Bond, and it is good. And we go to a third overtime period. Tied at 41.
Man.
Yeah.
Clutch. Now it goes to 2-point conversions. That's one thing I don't like about the rule. And you play so hard the whole game, and then it comes down to whoever converts 2-point conversions.
Well, This is the first time that, since that rule has been instituted, that Auburn, both of these teams have played. Yeah. Auburn's last overtime, a loss to A&M in 20, or to Alabama in 21. A&M, that crazy win against LSU back in 2018. And that game went into the 70s. That's one of the reasons now that we see the 2-point conversion rule. And now we go to the north end zone.
So I think defense goes first. So now if you're Auburn, you have to account for Reed. You got to account for the running back in the RPO game, but don't lose sight of the tight end sneaking out.
All right, so 2-point conversions now until this one is over.
So these are games, these are the things you practice in practice. You know, you go over all these 2-point conversions and you don't know when you're going to have to use them. And now here comes the ball game coming down to a 2-point conversion.
Auburn will play defense first in the north end zone. A single 2-point conversion, back and forth, until this game is decided. A&M will scrimmage from the left hash mark. Daniels to the right of the quarterback, Marcel Reed. Bring a man in motion. Now back to the Auburn boundary. Reed looks, he throws. It is incomplete. Pass was intended for Trey Watson. Defended by Caleb Harris. And now Auburn can win it with a 2-point conversion.
Ooh. Now you got to make the decision. Do you hand the ball off to 2-7? Do you spread your offense out and hand the ball off to 2-7? Do you run some with Payton Thorne where he's reading the backside in, decide that he keep it, and you have Fairweather sneak out to the flat? So if he decides to keep the ball and the linebacker comes to him, then no one covering Fairweather in the flat. Is that the Auburn's go-to play here?
A 2-point conversion for Auburn for the winner against Texas A&M. After the pass to Watson was incomplete.
Yeah, really good job by Caleb Harris.
Tate Johnson checks in for Auburn as an extra blocking back, along with Luke Deal. KeAndre Lambert-Smith and Cam Coleman splits wide right. 2-point conversion for Auburn. Thorne with Jarquez Hunter flanking him to the right. A 2-point conversion for the win for Auburn. Thorne rolls to the A&M boundary. Still rolling. Looks to the back of the end zone. It's caught by Coleman, but out of bounds.
Yeah, he saw him late. Coleman ran the inside and it came out. If he could have saw him a little sooner, he'd have had him.
The roll by Thorne. Yeah, you're right. Ball was not caught by Coleman as it was deflected out of bounds. He was open earlier. I just don't think Payton saw him.
Yeah, he didn't see him earlier.
And now we go to the south end zone for a 2-point conversion.
Now Auburn going offense first.
Here's Brad Law with a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard.
Yeah, other games across the country are dwindling a little bit. Air Force leads Nevada 7-3. They're in the second quarter out in Reno. Fresno State leads Colorado State 14-7 midway through the second quarter in Fresno. And the big battle in L.A., USC 6, UCLA 3 midway through the second quarter in that rivalry game. Those three matchups are the only other college football games that are going on right now as Auburn and Texas A&M enter a fourth overtime period.
This ball will be snapped at the 3. It's a 2-point conversion. Both teams come up empty on their first 2-point conversion at the north end zone, and now Auburn will go first offensively in the south, or going into the south end zone.
See if Auburn does a little bit of a 3-way play here. Now Fairweather's in the game. He snuck out in the flats a couple of times on these RPOs, uncovered.
Jarquez Hunter on the night. 28 carries, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns. We're in a 2-point conversion. He sets up in the slot. Auburn puts 4 in the slot to the right. Cam Coleman, the only one on the slot to the left. Now Jarquez Hunter comes into the backfield for Auburn. Sets up on the left side of Thorne. Now goes in motion out of the backfield. Thorne looking, throws it to the back. It is caught in the back of the end zone. Rivaldo Fairweather. No. KeAndre Lambert-Smith.
What a throw by Payton Thorne, hanging in the pocket. He wanted to throw to Cam Coleman. Coleman covered underneath. Saw KLS in the back of the end zone. That's why I say give these guys an opportunity to catch the ball. These are two really good receivers that know how to fight for the football and bring it down for you. Great job by KLS. Senior showing up tonight.
A bullet by Thorne to KLS, who goes up with a man on his back to make the catch.
And it's about to get loud.
It sure is. And now A&M from the 3. Auburn's defense doesn't have one more stop left. 43-41 Auburn. 4th overtime period. Empty backfield for Marcel Reed. And now they're going to snap it directly to Terry Bussey. The snap. They flip it back to Reed, rolling to his right, throws to the end zone. It's dropped! It's dropped! Auburn wins! Auburn wins! Auburn wins! 43-41, 4 overtimes. Auburn wins!
They tried to run the old Philly special in the Super Bowl that Philly ran against the New England Patriots, and they had it, but dropped it in the end zone. Auburn has got a victory tonight, 43-41. Woo, it's magic in this building at nighttime.
Final score from Jordan Hare. 4 overtimes tonight. Auburn 43, Texas A&M 41. Stay tuned, Auburn football continues in a moment.